Hello again everybody, this is Gusto and I have another review today. Recently BlackDogBob sent me some Canadian IMPs as well as some other items, and I greatly appreciate him for that. And one of those rations is the one that I'm going to be reviewing today. And that is 2014 Canadian IMP, menu number 13, Poutine. And BlackDogBob asked me to review this one in order to promote a new reviewer in the YouTube community. His name is oldsmokey, so check out his channel, and he has recently reviewed the first 2015 Canadian IMP of the same menu, Poutine. So I'm putting a link down below to that video, please check it out. The Canadian IMP is a single meal ration. As you can see, just like the other ones that I've reviewed, it's in this brown paper bag with a foil liner. It comes labeled with the menu item, the year, and the menu number. It also has a comment URL on the back. And these meal packs are similar in food item composition and caloric content composition to United States MREs, and I find them just very enjoyable. So let's get into this thing. So first of all, we have the main item, which is the poutine, and there's the ingredients and nutrition information if you're interested. We have another boxed item, which is sliced apples, tortillas, a package of beef jerky, 2 fruit punch sports drinks, coffee, tea, 2 creamers, 2 sugars, a package of peanut butter and strawberry jam, package of ketchup, package of hot sauce, a package of M&Ms, gum, a wet wipe, Canadian IMP spoon, and a large napkin. And there's also a beverage bag. The nice thing about these in comparison to the United States hot beverage bags is they have an opening bottom, so you can actually fill them and they'll stand up on their own. So a pretty good assortment of items. First of all, we'll get the main item heating up and get the rest plated up. While that's heating up, we'll start with the side items. First of all, we have beef jerky, and this is Hero Brothers beef jerky. On the outside, it's pretty well vacuum sealed. It's really a pretty tough outer package. Alright, there you go. These are pretty hard, dry pieces of beef jerky. There's really no moisture to them at all. But there's quite a bit of it. We also have apple slices. And as typical with the Canadian IMPs, they come in this silver retort pouch, packaged by Baxter's. It's got cooking instructions on there. Of course, that doesn't apply to fruit items. There you go, quite a bit of apple slices in there. Also have a package of plain M&Ms. Those look just fine. As they age, you'll see the candy shell starting to crack and chocolate to be oxidized, but this is a pretty fresh ration, so those look pretty fresh too. Next we have the tortillas. I have these heating up in the pan of boiling water with the main item, so that they're not as brittle. Yeah, those look very nice. Nice fresh scent. Nice and soft. Way different than the United States MRE tortillas. These actually just look like really good fresh tortillas. Looks great. And we also have the peanut butter and jam. We'll put some of that on the tortillas as well. There's also the ketchup and Frank's Red Hot condiments. The ketchup pouch is kind of full of air, which is always a red flag whenever it comes to eating rations. You don't like to eat anything that's swollen. That usually means there's an anaerobe growing in there. It's not something you want to eat. So we'll probably pass on that, but the hot sauce looks fine. And we'll do the beverages next. We'll start with the fruit punch sports drink, and I'm going to use the beverage bag for this too. So put the powder in the bag. Then we will fill it to the sports drink line. And if you watch, you'll see the bottom pop out. There it goes. So, yeah, just a little bit above that line, but actually there it goes. Once I expanded the bottom, you can see it kind of stands up. It's right at the line. So we'll seal it up and give it a shake. So that's pretty well mixed. We'll pour it into the glass. Next we have the hot beverages, the coffee and tea. As for the coffee, this is an espresso roast instant coffee. Unlike US MRE coffees, this is in a very fine powder rather than granules. It's more similar to the old style coffee instant that you find in the MCIs or even the older survival rations. There's the tea, which is an orange pekoe black tea. We'll add creamer to the coffee and 1 sugar, hot water to both. And now for the main item, which has been heated. This is the poutine. Now, typically poutine, or at least the classic poutine, is fried potatoes with brown gravy and cheese curds on the top. Interestingly enough, this actually has white chicken meat in it as well. So let me get you a close-up. So here's the close-up on the poutine. You can see the potatoes, chicken meat. It's all in a brown gravy, and we'll see if we can pick out some cheese curds. I may have melted it all heating it, but yeah, not too bad. Good pieces of chicken. This would certainly provide a decent amount of energy with all the carbohydrates and the protein coming from the chicken and potatoes. So, looks not bad. So let's get started with the main item. Again, this is poutine, and let's get some potato, get some chicken also, some of the gravy, and I can't find any. This might be a piece of cheese. No, that's just more chicken. Okay. So, it may have all melted. But we'll get some gravy, some potato, and some chicken. There you go, up close. Really the scent is mostly of brown gravy. Can't really pick out much else. And actually that's really interesting. The texture of the potato, it's very kind of soggy and soft and really just barely holds itself together in this form. It in the mouth really just feels like mashed potatoes. That piece that I was wondering if it was chicken or cheese, actually I'm pretty sure it is cheese, and it's really a rubbery consistency. Doesn't have a whole lot of flavor that I would consider to be typical of cheese. It's just kind of a rubbery chunk of something. But now we'll try to get all three together. There you go. And actually the chicken's not bad as far as its texture. They're good solid chunks of chicken and fairly well seasoned. Yeah, that part's very pleasant. The cheese though, it's very odd in its texture. It's just very rubbery and doesn't really have much flavor. Alright, moving on. Let's get a tortilla. It has cooled down a little bit, so it's not quite as soft, but still pretty fresh appearance, kind of like what you would find packaged at the store. And it's actually a bit sweeter than the typical tortilla. It has the same texture, consistency, but the flavor is actually pretty sweet. I'm going to try some of the peanut butter and jelly on here. We'll start with the peanut butter. Let me knead it up a little bit so it's not oily. Get some peanut butter. It's still a little bit runny. I probably should have kneaded it a little longer. And that's not bad, just typical for peanut butter. Next we have strawberry jam. Right, there you go. It's kind of dark, more brown than red. It is nice and thick, has the little seeds in there. Smells sweet. Not bad. Very, very sweet strawberry. Actually, the fruit flavor you don't really pick up too much. It's just kind of a hint of strawberry flavor, but overall pretty sweet. Let's try some of the jerky. Again, it's very dry and hard. Doesn't really have any moisture itself, and it snaps rather than bending. This might take some work. And in the mouth, again, it's very dry, almost crunchy. Once you chew it, it has a nice kind of black pepper flavor to it. Pretty salty, but otherwise not too bad beef jerky. Let's try some apples. There you go, pretty typical canned apples, thin slices. And those are really good. Actually, they would be better heated up. I know that the directions say not to heat the fruit items in boiling water, but that would actually be really nice heated up. Let's try our drinks. First, the fruit punch sports drink. And that's good. It has the electrolyte flavor typical of Gatorade or Powerade. Next we have the coffee with 1 creamer and 1 sugar. And this is the espresso roast, so it's pretty dark, pretty strong scent. That's actually very good, strong coffee. Next we have the black tea, which I added a creamer and sugar. And that's actually really good. It's actually one of the better black teas that I've had in a ration. It has a nice, strong flavor, pretty good. Let's see if we can help out this poutine here. Add some hot sauce. I always enjoy spicy food. Just add a few drops in there. Mix that up and see if this helps. Get some of that weird cheese, some potato, chicken. And this should add a little bit of spiciness and saltiness to it, so it may help. Yeah, and that does help a bit. Still just a weird texture more than anything, especially with the cheese, but not bad once you spice it up a bit. And last but certainly not least, some M&Ms. Again, these look very fresh, as well they should. And those are just fine. As they age, they get a little bit hard, and that was really the only thing that's not perfect about them, but otherwise the chocolate tastes just fine. The candy shells are intact, like I said, and yeah, pretty decent M&Ms. And when I was opening the package, I said this was gum. It's not. These are actually Icebreaker's Frost Mints. So let's try one of those. So you get 2 of those kind of puffy mints. And those are very strong. I've had those before. They're exactly like the ones you would buy at a convenience store. Really strong mint flavor. Nice cooling effect in your mouth and throat. Pretty good overall. So this, again, was Canadian IMP 2014, menu number 13, poutine. And interesting dish. The texture of the cheese in there kind of detracts from the dish itself. Overall, the main flavor that you taste is the gravy. The chicken's good in texture and flavor. I suppose you could take some of this chicken, put it in a tortilla, and kind of make a wrap out of it, I guess. But I mean, that would kind of just defeat the purpose of the dish. But you know, that's something you could do. So we'll try that. And that's not bad. But overall, this is a pretty good ration. Not my favorite entree, but all the side items, the apples especially, would be really good heated up. The jerky's a nice touch as well. You know, peanut butter and jelly is a great combination. Would have been better to have it on some bread, but oh well. So again, please check out Old Smoky. I'll leave a link down below. As always, to the viewers and subscribers, Thank you very, very much for your continued support, and Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. To all of the review community at MREinfo.com and on YouTube, thank you for your continued support. I could not do this without you. So please stay tuned. I have a lot of new content coming up soon, so we'll see you then. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.